everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought I would do a little get ready with me. I'm literally just straightening my hair and I'm going to bed pretty soon, so a get ready with me. But I thought I would talk about my epilepsy and stuff like that really while straightening my hair, because I thought, why not kill two birds with one stone? Straighten your hair, Caitlin, and plus talk about epilepsy, because I haven't filmed a video on my epilepsy and updates and stuff like that since I got rid of my, or since I sold my car, we'll say. And that was back in May, I think. It's now September, and there's a lot that's happened. I've been meaning to actually film this for a very long time. I've just not even thought about it. I'm literally, every time I think about it, I get distracted and do something else every time. Oh, we've got some good looking going on right here. I don't know. I hope that looks okay. Sorry for the mess in the background. It's just, I can't be bothered. Actually, it's not even messy. It's literally purely just my bottle there. I'm saying it like it's messy. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, don't judge me how I straighten my hair. I cannot be bothered. It's so hot. I'm absolutely sweating. And yeah, I just thought I would chat to you all, but I like to straighten my hair, so yeah. So yes, let's talk about it. So obviously last time you heard, and last time I spoke about it on social media, I had sold my car, yeah. And it was really emotional, but I didn't feel too bad. So basically I have a specialist nurse, an epilepsy nurse, who works at, it's through a local hospital. It's about half an hour away, but he works at a really local doctor's through that. So if I have any problems, I'll ring him up or email him. I can email him. He said it's the best email because ringing is horrendous. I was like, I can imagine it's a doctor's. I can imagine. So I tended to email him if I have any problems. So I emailed him and I was like, I'm on lamotrigine at the moment. I was on, I want to say 150. If it's wrong, I'll put it on screen, but I'm pretty sure it was 150 milligrams of lamotrigine, and had been for a few months, I want to say, and it wasn't working. I was having seizures probably once every couple of days, if not once a day, a couple of times a day sometimes. If I was quite tired, it would get really bad, and it was a shame, to be honest. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get my fan in here because I am so hot. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. Like I said, it's just really hot and yeah. We're going to try and ignore that. I'm so sorry if it's really bad. I'm hoping it's not. So yeah. So basically, so I obviously emailed him saying, it's not working. Can I try something else? Because he basically said for me from the start, he wants me to get my license back. And he basically wants it to be a stress-free experience. And of course, not having a driving license does add to my stress. So of course, I emailed him saying, I've tried it for a few months. I have obviously let it do its course. I can't be doing this anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's just gonna take longer and longer. So he put me on Keppra. There is a proper name for it, but I cannot remember what it's called. So I'll put it on screen. But they call it Keppra. And I think I'm on 750 milligrams now. So I had to wean myself off lamotrigine whilst being on Keppra. And that happened for about, I want to say 6 weeks, I think it took for me to be fully on Keppra. So I'm on 750 milligrams. So the tablets are massive compared to lamotrigine, this big. But whatever. And fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx this. Now, when I say that I don't want to jinx it, I don't want to jinx it. So currently it's the 4th of September. You will probably see this on Sunday, which makes it the 10th, I think. Is that right? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So yeah. And on the 7th of August last year, I fucking wish. The 7th of August, I had my last seizure. Now, of course, there are only mini ones. I haven't had any major ones since the one I had in February. But of course, it still stops me driving and it's really depressing when it happens. And I'm so happy that it's actually... Alexa, stop. If it looks like I've moved, it's because I had to go and sort on my washing. But now I'm back. Third time lucky. So yes, so obviously I've told you that I'm on Keppra now, and yeah, so last seizure was the 7th of August, which is nearly a month. Now this is the longest I've ever been. The longest I went before on lamotrigine was a week, and then when I went on new Keppra, I was on Keppra for, I think it was since the 27th of July. So for a few weeks I was still having little ones, but it's because I was gradually obviously going up and stuff like that. As soon as it started getting heavier, then yeah, I haven't had one, and I so hope I'll get to a month, because I never saw the light at the tunnel. Do you know what I mean? I never saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and it was really emotional. I cry a lot, as you can imagine. Not because like, it sounds like I'm dying, or I don't know, I sound like I have no problems. Of course, everyone's got their issues. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm the only person that's in the world that's affected, but it's just so hard from going from someone that could drive for 5 years, literally do everything herself, to now going, "Soz, mom, can I have a lift?" Or "Soz, whatever, can I have a lift?" Do you know what I mean? Or "Sorry, I can't do that today because I don't have time to go down for about 2 hours because it takes me about 5 hours to get there." Do you know what I mean? Like, it would take 5 hours of my day. It's not 5 hours to get there, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. Like, I can't just pop to the shops anymore because it takes half an hour. And it sounds stupid. And it's, like I said, it sounds like I have no problems. And don't feel sorry for me. Like, but having little things like that taken away from you is really hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, every year I would go and visit my grandma in Scotland, and she lives in Scotland, like I just said. So it's about 4.5 hour drive. And like I said, I could do that, but now I can't. And getting the train takes absolutely forever. And it costs a bomb more. And it's just like, everything just takes so much longer when you can't drive. And having that for 5 years then taken away from you, especially when you didn't think that it could get taken away from you unless you did something naughty. And then it's like, yeah, it's not my fault. Like, even if, like, for instance, I'm not saying do it, obviously. But for instance, if I went and did, I don't know, drunk driving, for instance, I don't know, don't technicality me, I don't bloody know. But just say we did something naughty, I would get my license taken away from a year. That's it, a whole year. Then I'd be fine. This obviously is going to be longer than a year because it's trial and error. Like, this time next month, I could have had a seizure. I'm not trying to put it into the world. Don't manifest it. Please don't manifest it. But what I'm trying to say is, saying it's a year is a year from July. I mean, a year from August, which is great because I was looking at the 30s when I first got told I'd lose my driving license. I got told, yeah, in my head, I'd be driving when I was 30. I'm now 25. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd given myself 5 years. Now, that's a long time, but I could never see a light to any of this tunnel. But I'm really hoping by next year, this time next year, I really do hope, and I'm really going to manifest that I'm driving. Because if I'm not, it's just going to be shit, innit? Obviously, it's not the end of the world at the end of the day. Obviously, people learn to live without driving and stuff like that. Some people prefer it. Like, I am in this, it sounds really weird. Basically, there's a couple of epilepsy pages on Facebook, and it kind of just makes you feel less alone. And people talk about, like, because obviously there's so many different types of epilepsy and stuff like that. Then, of course, people talk about it and, like, talk about what they've got and stuff like that. And it just makes you feel less alone, really. And it's quite nice talking to people about it. And people say that, you know, they had their license taken away from them, obviously, and now they actually don't want to drive ever again. And it's like crazy. I suppose you learn to live without it. But at the moment for me, if I get a chance to get my license back, I definitely will, because it's just a very convenient thing to have in my life. But maybe this time next year I mean, it's been 6 months since I've had my technically license taken away. 6 months, and I still feel like this. So I don't think my mind's going to change, but maybe. So yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, but I feel like as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'll be okay. The side effects on this medication though is a bit shit. But I'm really grateful because obviously it's working, which I'm so grateful for, and I'll have to obviously just put up with these because obviously there's going to be something that's probably going to be in my life until my body gets used to this medication. I imagine I'll probably have something else because obviously your body is going to get used to the medication you're on, and they probably would try me with something else one day, but whatever, it's working for now. And basically what I'm trying to say is it makes me really angry. It makes my mood swings really bad. Now I'm going to say this nicely, I'm a very angry person anyway, and if you knew me in real life you'd understand what I mean by this. Yeah. We'll just say that I have no time. I have no patience, and working in retail is obviously fun, as you can imagine. We're having no patience really. So yeah, sorry if I look like I'm really straightening my hair wrong. It's just because I'm trying to do two things at once and I can't quite see at the same time, so it's not quite working. So yeah, so my mood swings are really bad. I cry. I have bad days, we'll say. I definitely have bad days, but I have more good days than bad days, we'll say. But obviously definitely have bad days. There's some days where I literally will just not want to get out of bed and stuff like that, but that I simply put it down to this. We was in Amsterdam and I literally just had like a breakdown in the middle of the fucking roads. Like literally we had to go sit on a bench somewhere. Josh had to sort me out. Now it is what it is. Like you gotta put up with it, unfortunately. He's lovely. I mean, he's lovely. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say, I'm not saying he's not lovely, but I meant to say was, it's lucky he has the patience for me to do shit like that, because some people would not have the patience for me, and unfortunately it's just the way it's going to be now. Hopefully not all the time, but you know, like sometimes it does happen. So even though I do try my best, especially being on holiday, you want to have a good time. I'm so sorry I look sweaty. But sometimes that just isn't always the case, and that isn't always reality. Sorry, I'm just trying to get close to the camera. Unfortunately, but hopefully one day I'll, you know, be okay. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it really. So that's that anyway. But I'm super grateful as well, because when I was first put on lamotrigine, I had severe headaches. Now my headaches got so bad, I could not get out of bed some days. I had headaches that bad. Honestly, every time I upped my dosage on lamotrigine, I'd have about 3 or 4 days where my head was just pounding. I felt like it was coming out of my brain. And it was just like, shit, innit? It's just shit. So yeah, so I'm really lucky with these that they've never actually gave me a headache severely like that, which I feel super lucky about. So yeah, so I feel really super lucky about that. I think that's it really, to be honest. Nothing too major to say apart from that, and apart from obviously being seizure free for nearly a year, nearly a month. I wish nearly a year, nearly a month. If I get to a year, you need to tell me what to do to celebrate. You need to comment down below what I need to do to celebrate when I get to a year, because we need to celebrate something. Apart from buying a car. I got to buy a car. I'm getting ahead of myself. Just ignore me. This time next year, I can't wait to watch this video back. I hope anyway. But yes, I honestly feel like that is all I have updated really to say. Like I said, nothing too major apart from obviously having a bit of mental breakdown sometimes. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just how it is. Yeah, I think that's it really. I think that's it. I'm going to just carry on straightening my hair. And then I think that's all I have to say. But yeah, just pray for me. If I get to a month, I will not edit this video. I mean, I will not get into this video. So we'll say happy month to Kate Millen, which is Thursday. If I don't get to a month, then I will pop it in, a clip in saying I didn't get to a month. But fingers crossed, because it is the 4th and it's only a few more days until the 7th. You're going to be watching this like, Caitlin's a massive chunk you've missed, because obviously I can only see what I can see, and obviously I can only see backwards. I mean, you do in a mirror anyway, don't you? Yeah, so I can only see what I can see. So yeah. And I'm sorry, I've only just realised I'm wearing like lounge stuff. Well, this is not it. I got this from Amsterdam, obviously, but in Primark in Amsterdam. So it's just something to lounge in, really. That's what it looks like. It's €3.50, I think it was. It was like dirt cheap, but it's just super comfy. Never go out in it, but I thought it was super cute and comfy. So yes, I hope you all enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see next, and yeah, I'll see you all next time.